Hi guys, good evening. I'm just sharing the link on Twitter. So give me 1 second. All good. Stop share. Share the entire screen. All right. So everything is set. Let me set up the chat. Hi Mitchell. Hi Abhinav. Hi Sidesh. Hi Bikram. Hi Shri. Hi Falgun. Hi Raghu. Hi Srini. Hi Vani. Hi guys. Good evening. Hi Karan. No, Karaji. I don't know how to spell your name. uh, Kara. Hi, Nadia. So, like today was a roller coaster, and it's honestly it's a very difficult market to do day trading. You don't know what's happening at what minute in this market. Hi, Ryan. Hi, Saurabh. Hi, Shri. Hi, Ram. Hi, guys. Good evening. I hope you had a great day. Uh, if not, then you're sitting in the like same boat I am. I'm totally confused how the market is behaving. It's sometimes holding up on a base and then runs higher, and then all of a sudden, in a span of few minutes, it just diverts on its head. So, really, really difficult to trade this market. Just being honest here, uh, but if we can survive this market, we will definitely learn, and we will use all this learning in the future. Yes, like just now, Mitchell, the futures were down and now they're back up almost 15, 16 points up. And Nasdaq is about like 70 points up from the day low. And I have no clues why. The only thing which I can think of is the Chinese PMI, which went up, and they have infused almost $1 trillion into the economy. And that's why the PMI was high. So we should not be like surprised. And Chinese index have been on the backseat for a long, long time since COVID. So I really don't know why we are just following China market, because usually China market take a cue from us. Why we are doing it, no idea. But we just need to see the price action, and price action is telling it is up, so it is up. So we cannot fight that. Yeah, Brian, Hanseng is up about 2.5%. I did saw that. And tomorrow we have a couple of economic numbers which are coming uh, tomorrow. Manufacturing PMI forecast is 47.8. Let's see what this comes out. And then the manufacturing employment last was 50.6. It's really difficult to calculate these numbers, but manufacturing PMI is really, really important. That is correct, Ryan. So this manufacturing PMI, let's keep an eye. If the manufacturing PMI is bad, then it will add fuel to the fire, because we are just negating all the negative numbers in the market, and inflation is already going higher. So it's a two-side sword which is killing. One, the inflation is killing. Second, the growth is now getting hit. So let's see how these numbers come up. If numbers are bad, it will be bad for the market. Yeah, pretty. All right. So let's start the scan first. Let's see what we have in our inside day scan. Crowd, it's C and BAB. I'm not doing crowd. I think I have it in my list. Crowd has inside week, inside day. Yesterday we had coin inside week, inside day. So coin did 67 today. and then retraced. So we have coin and ITSI. Do I have ITSI? I think I removed ITSI. So we can talk about ITSI here. And Lulu. So let's start with today's index ES. So you see, this is the first time we have lost this channel, the channel from 3,500 lows. This is the first time we have a closing below this. And after the market hours, market went down. So I would not say it's significantly lower, but it's lower. And now it's coming at that regression, not a regression, the trend channel. Now, the only thing is, you will notice here, the negative momentum, the red line is higher, but the strength of this line is weak. So bears are there, but bears are not showing with some substantial strength. The bulls are lagging 100%, but bear needs to come and push the market down. Only then it's going to go down. As of now, I have not seen bear showing some significant push downside. All right. The bias or the trend has changed. 12 EMA has taken over the divergence and now it's below 34 EMA. So we need to keep an eye. This could be a possible fake breakdown. Yes, but fake breakdown would have been confirmed if we would have come down to 39.45 area, because we have to make a lower low. And this was the latest lower low. So if we have to make a lower low, 39.45 area would be a confirmation for a failed breakdown. Right now, it's right there, making a hammer at the bottom. Here on this dark black line, we should face some good resistance, some seriously good resistance. If we cover over this resistance, I think we might try 39.95 to 4,025. 4,025 is a very hard area to cross. So we need to keep an eye, because the market needs one negative push. And as I said, the bears are lagging right now. Bear needs to show up a fight, show some serious strength. Yes, TJ, it's a hammer, but hammer is coming to an important wall. And right now, this is a ES candle. And if I go to the volume, this volume is about 66,000, which is, I would say, really insignificant. Because if we talk about the futures, we had the close. 1 minute candle had 152,000 contracts. That's 1 minute. So having 64,000, 66,000 contracts in about 4.5 hours, I'm not gonna write my story on that. I will definitely wait this for the morning and see whether we can go higher or we find resistance at this stage. But definitely the trend is bad. We lost important area 39.95, and now we are well below 39.74-75 area, which is a good area to short. So if I have to short, I would sell this around 39.75 to 39.80. My stop loss will be 39.95, 39.45. 39.45 is the yellow line, is the red line right there. And then 39.15. So I would love to sell this if it comes around 39.80 area, 39.75 area. So it's around, yes, VIX has been weak as well, because that's what I showed on DMI, that everything is weak. The strength of bears should somehow come from somewhere. Otherwise, we might bounce back. Plus, tomorrow is the first day of the new month, so we might see some volatility. So I'm gonna incline towards negative 60%. This possible M formation. It needs a breakdown. So the breakdown is right there. So we need to be careful about this. So right now we are on the futures, we are flat 39.75. NASDAQ, we are flat 12,070. So more or less we are in a range where we could say that yes, we are pretty much flat. TJ, breaking, I do not trust breaking on 1 minute. I need a candle close of at least 30 minutes or a 15-minute candle close. If it sustains above that range, then I will change my bias. For now, just a spike above this area, I don't trust it. Let's let Europe opens. So I'm not going to fight here. On the upside, because the momentum is negative, so I'm 60 to 40% on ES. Short, I only want to buy if I can cross 39.95. If I'm not able to cross and hold 39.95, I may want to hold buying. Stop loss is 3980. Target is 4025, 4035, 4075. So the logic is still the same. Again, if you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 days, we are in a very short range. 40, 25, 40, 30 on the top, 39.50, 39.60 on the down. So every day we are just making a lower high and a lower low. So let's see what happens in the morning. The futures right now, whatever they are saying, ignore it. What really matters is 9:30 a.m. Where is the index? Then move on to NQ. NQ is really at an important area. Now NQ has lost the support of 34 EM. ES was still holding in like way of far from 12 and 34, but NQ was within 12 and 34. Today and in last day, we are just making 3 inside days, double inside days on NQ. This is 1, 2, and 3. An inside day is a type of candle pattern which shows that there's an exuberant amount of compression which is happening. So you need to consider this as an inside day. So if you have the, let's call it day one, it has the price one, which is the high PH1 and price low PL1. Then we have PH2, PL2. We have PH3, PL3. Now we need to make sure that PH1 is greater than PH2. PH2 should be greater than PH3. Similarly, PL1 should be lower than PL2, and PL2 should be lower than PL3. If you have these two conditions, then we call this as an inside day. Now, inside day is a compression. If we lose 12,015, like this is an important area. We almost tested that area. If we lose it, then things will get very difficult for NQ to manage on the upside. So I'm going to keeping an eye. On positive side, I only want to go above 12,100 because this is a purple line, which is the long-term trend line, plus 34 EMA. So I really want to go above 12,100. So the logics are same, 12,181. Now 12,200, which is the 12 EMA. So 12,200 and 12,308. I'm going to give it 50-50. I was 60-40 here, but I'm giving it 50-50. And sentiment is neutral to short. Because we are in middle of 12,015 to 12,100. So it's an area where I would avoid any position. Targets, on the upside, we have this area. On the downside, we have 12,015, 11,850, 11,650. There's no change in these values. I've only updated the second target for the long side. The logics are still the same, so there's no change. Triple Q. Exactly the same thing, making a lower low, lower high, lost 34 EMA. Now, if I have to go short, I want to go short below 289.80. So I want to go short, reducing it to 289.80, which is this area. Like when I go to 289.80, why it is important? Because it's a 38.2 Fibonacci. If it comes and bounces from here, then it's going to be really tough for the market to like go into the negative side. So here we need to make sure that yes, we need to go short once we break below this area. And if you have to go long, go above 294.50. So 294.50, stop loss is this. And there is a small no trade zone, 297. Like similarly, between 12,015 to 12,100, 290 to 94, I would say it's a no trade zone. Again, a 50-50. And logic is still the same. There's no change on that logic on triple Q because we are in a very tight range. So as a result, the levels are not significantly changed. Let's move on to Apple. Apple is pushing down, like it tried to go higher and it's a hammer, like back-to-back hammers. And it's trying to break this wall somehow. So I think I would, instead of going long now, because it's trying to break multiple times, and we are not like at the bottom, we are at the significantly higher side on Apple since we have moved in. The strength is there in Apple. I'll say the negative strength is gaining and positive momentum is kind of still there. So I really want to sell this on rise. So if it comes like, I was trying to buy here, but now I want to change. I want to sell this on rise. I want it to go above 148, 148.50 area. Stop loss is 149.25. And my targets will be 146.50 and 143. Here I want to buy above 149.25. See why I am making this change from positive to negative. Look at, we are still sustaining here and we are making hammers. Hammers can do is it can bounce from here and come into this direction. But coming here, we have resistance from the 12 EMA, resistance from the trend line. So there are good resistance from here. Now, in this case, I would not go and short at this moment. I want to let it come higher so that I can go ahead and do the short. All right. So that's Apple. AMD today attempted really well, went up, almost came and crossed 12 EMA, but could not sustain. And after hours, we have that NVIDIA news. So I don't really know how it's going to manage it. But if it holds 7760 area, I would see if it can do a jump. I will only sell this. I'm reducing it to neutral. I want to see buy in dip 77. 75 to 78. Stop loss 76.50. 76. Now AMD sell below 77.60. If you want to sell, sell it for 77.60 for the gap fill. Again, if you want to try, this is like a small trade. Amazon was doing really good today. It's a bullish candle. So Amazon is positive. I really want if it can come into this area. 9601 is really a possibility. It closed at 94, but if it comes down 93, 94 range, it's an area where I would love to add Amazon. If it opens higher, it's good. You can continue. 96 is an area where I should be looking to book my gains on Amazon if I'm long on it. It's a bullish engulfing candle. Then we have coin. Coin did its job for 67. Like it came to 67 and then cooled off. Now 62 area is a good. It's an inside day and inside week breakout. So 67, once it can cross, will have some seriously good momentum. But as of now, 62 is a good area for coin. So coin is a breakout on inside day. The breakout stop loss is 62. Buy in the range of 62 to 63. If it comes in this range, buy and look out for 67. If it crosses 67, then the 75 is the next target. Crowd has an inside day today. It's in a very tight range. After a good consolidation, it's holding a tight range. Similarly, inside day, like NQ was double inside day, and this is an inside day. So now 119 is a good stop loss. If we can go above 121, 120, crowd buy above 121. So it's consolidating really, really hard, crowd. So there's a high possibility it might break out. So keep an eye on crowd. The momentum is positive. The green line is showing that yes, it still has strong momentum, and the black line, which is showing the strength of that green momentum, that yes, the momentum is gaining on crowd. So all in all, it shows good move. Gaurav, I do not do Indian stocks because Life Care is Indian stock, so I don't do that. Then I have LMT. So LMT, I'm replacing it with Lulu. I have an eye on Lulu for last few days. Lulu has 1, 2, 3 double inside day. Double inside day. Now Lulu is like, if you see here, Lulu is setting for a very big bear flag. The lows are getting higher, the highs are getting lower, right? So when we have this and we're coming from top to this, so this is called a bear flag. Now I am ready for this to break down. So for me, Lulu, it's holding, and I even posted that on Twitter. The moment Lulu loses 308, 306 area, it will have really, really good downside. So Lulu, I'm short. Sell below 306, stop loss 310. Target is 295 and 287.50. So risk reward is really good in Lulu. So keep in mind, you have to short it below 306. Like in my chart, it's like below 34 and 12. I do not use 20 EMA TJ, so I don't know about that, but I wanted to go down below 306. Then I have Meta. Meta came with the news and then went above 172, hit the supply zone of 177 and came back. Now 172, we said if it holds 30 minutes above 172, go long for it. So today the idea was there, but it went super fast. So I would say hardly anybody would have a chance to jump onto Meta early on. So Meta is showing some positive momentum. Now 172, which was the resistance, is now the stop loss. Buy in dip if it gaps 173 to 174 area. If it gets here, 172.50 the stop loss, which is the 12 EMA. Target is 177.25 and 183. $83. 177.25. And this is based on that news that they want to get rid of TikTok. And once they get rid of TikTok, they will have much more presence of Meta. That's good for you, TJ. Microsoft, I've been recommending shorts. So Microsoft today came to 251, 252 area, like 251.50 area, and then got busted. Again, same thing. I really wanted to short on Rise. Microsoft, if it comes in 251, 253, sell it. There's no change on Microsoft. Netflix. Netflix is making lower low, lower high, and it still want to come into that 319, 320 area. It is showing in the after hours. The negative momentum is higher, but doesn't have significant strength. So if I have to take a trade, I would love to add this in 319, 320 and see, because I want this gap to be filled. If this gap is filled, this gap, the momentum is negative 34 is leading 12. We are making lower lows, lower highs. So a test of this dotted black line, which is the long-term trend line, if it stays there, it can bounce and try to fill the gap. So I wanted to come test it and then bounce. So the level is still the same. Netflix, Nvidia. So I really don't know how Nvidia will play out tomorrow morning. But right now this was an inside day, and this is 229.50 where it was holding. Like the high was 230 and this is 229.60. If it goes below 230 roughly, then it can test 223 area. 223 area and fill the gap. This is the gap. But if it sustains above 230, I would not short it it in a rush. The short. Now, even today I gave a sell 235, 237, and I recommended buy the dip at 227, 229. It almost came to 232 in the end, but after hours there's a news. So now I want to sell this below 230. Okay, my stop loss will be 232. Target will be 223 and 219. And I'm not going to buy the dip now because they are what Nvidia is doing. Nvidia is trying to raise the money, and they need to raise $10 billion. And in order to generate $10 billion, they have to sell or dilute a large amount of stocks. And everybody, once we know that this thing is going to happen, then there may be a buyer who will take a backseat and let the price settle. So I think it is a good potential for Nvidia to go down, but let's see how it opens tomorrow morning. I'm not going to rush and do it. If you're already in the position, you're good. If not, then wait for it. Google did the move today, almost came to 90, and after hours came down. So the same thing, if it comes into this range, repeat the process with Google. There's no change in the level. Square ran beautifully. It almost tested 77 area. It came to 74, 75. Like the low was 74.50. So I wanted to buy this in 74.50, 75 area. It hit 77.65. Exactly to the plan. Guys, 1 second. My Google Home started playing music. Give me 1 second. Hey, Google, stop. I was talking about Google, and the Google Home started to play music. Yeah, Google did the plane, Square did the plan, Amazon did the plan, Coin did the plan. So it information about that, but I found something related. Do you want to know does Oz have its own disaster recovery plan? Hey, Google, stop. Now, Square. Yeah, Square is roughly an inside day. I would love to add this with a stop loss of 76 now. And I want to buy this above 77.65. I will not rush into this because it usually takes time. After hours, it's down, so I don't know. If it goes up to 77, 75, it's a good trade. Or if it comes to 73.50, 74.50, it's a good trade. In between, there's no trade. 77.50, the first will be 80 and then 83.50. 80 and 83.50. So Square is positive and it's inside there. Tesla. Tesla today, like it kind of sustained in a range. It could not break about 208 and hold over that. But what it is allowing is it's allowing the EMA to catch up. So tomorrow it has an event. Now, how that event goes on, that is something we need to watch. But I will only go long if it can hold 208. If it loses 208, I'm not touching it. If it goes below 200, only then I'm looking to sell it. 200 below, I will sell it. But 200 to 208 is a no trade zone for me. So I'm going to get 50-50 now because it's an event. Nobody can know what's going to happen. But this is the level for Tesla. So guys, I'm done with my daily analysis. Anybody who has any questions, I can share the Zoom link if you are interested to join and check your charts. I'm going to share this Zoom link. Where is, come on, right here. So here's the Zoom link. You can all join in if you want to. If you have any questions, you can come discuss. If you have any charts you want to show, you want to have a feedback, you're more than welcome to join in. Let's see if anybody comes in. I've shared the Zoom link. If any one of you has any questions, anything you want to discuss, otherwise it's a good night from me. I'm going to wait for a couple of minutes just to see if anybody has any questions. All right. If nobody has any questions, then have a good night, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. No, tomorrow may be a little tricky because I have some office work till late. Let me see if I can make it for tomorrow or Thursday. All right. Have a good night. Bye-bye. I'll see you soon. Bye. Oh, I have one question. Moment Google needs is that don't ask him to stop. United Healthcare. See, all these sectors slowly and steadily will cool off. The money was invested heavily in all these sectors in last few years. So now you see UNH, if it's on the verge of losing this track. If it loses this area, the next piece it can see is 449. And if I go to a 5-year window, extend to the right. So 470 and 450 are two possible areas for United Healthcare. Okay, Abhilash. So you need to be watching UNH. That's the area. Thank you, TJ. Thank you, Ani. Have a good night. So I didn't see any other questions. So good night, guys. I'm going to post all this information tomorrow. Banks and oil banks. Oil, I need to check on oil because I am looking at inventories tomorrow. Once I have the inventories, I'll be able to answer tomorrow. Banks, I think they will struggle now because with higher inflation, the amount of loans they want to issue will be less as compared to the amount of interest they have to pay on the money market side. So they will have some losses, not significant because they will offset by the floating rates, but more or less they will not have that kind of growth. Alrighty, good night, bye bye.